Unit 1 Maths paper, Statistics and Probability, reference 5MB 1F01, the foundation paper. Question 1, pictogram, not too bad. There's a key down here, so the circle represents 4 points. I just fill them in, because I find it easier. In week 1, the first one is 16, because it goes obviously 4, 12, 4, 8, 12, 16. In week 2, you've got a 4 there and a 4 there. Now that's 3 quarters, so that's only 3. So that's 4, 8, 11. So there's 11 there. Next one, you've got to fill in what it asks you to do. In week 4, the team scores 12 points. So I've drawn the circles, but you can just write them on 4, 8, 12. And in week 5, the team scores 10 points. So 4, 8, and you need 2 more, so that'll be a half a 1, so that'll equal 10. Question number 2, just reading off a chart, not too bad this at all. What is the price of the AMRAD television? Just follow it along, 520. Which television has a screen size of 26? So it's either that one or that one, and is HD ready. So they're all HD ready apart from this one, so it must be that one, which is a Sonic. And which television has a 32-inch screen but does not have internet TV? 32-inch screen, panoramic, no internet TV. So that's that one. Question 3, reading a bar chart. Nice easy marks if you can get it. How many boys study Spanish? So the boys are the slightly darker one from the key, if you can see. I'll just zoom in. So Spanish for the boys, it is 18 up there. Which is the most popular of these languages studied by girls? Well, girls is the lighter shade. The highest one is French over here. So that one's French. There are more boys than girls. How many more? The way I've done this is add them up. So the boys is 12, add 18, add 13, add 9. Use your calculator, it's 52. And the girls, the light ones, add them up, it's 53. So there's one more girl than there are boys. Question number 4. Which colour is the least likely to land on? Well, there's 1, 2, 3 reds. So I can write 3 reds. There is 2 greens, and there is 1 blue. So because there's only 1 blue, it's least likely to land on blue. Probability the spinner will land on yellow. None of them are yellow, so it's nothing. Just put 0. Next one, Gregor's in a cafe, he can choose drinking a cake. Lucky Gregor. Write down all the combinations. The way I've done it is coffee, fruit, coffee, sponge, and coffee, banana. Tea, fruit, tea, sponge, tea, banana, juice, fruit, juice, sponge, juice, banana. And that will get you 2 marks. Nice and easy, that. Next one, on Monday 150 people come in. What is 1/5 of 150? The way I do it is just divide it by 5, split it into 5 parts, so the answer is 30. Write 35% as a fraction. What percent means out of 100, so that's why I've written 35 out of 100, and that simplifies to 7/20. 35 and 100, the number 5 goes into both of those, so it goes into that 7 times, goes into that 20 times. Next one, tossing a coin. What's the probability it will land on a head? It's a half, so smack in the middle. Don't do it there or there. It's got to be dead on a half, because it is dead on a half. Question number 7, write down, bit of averages, write down the mode. Mode's the most common, so the most common number is 2. Work out the range. The range is the biggest, take away the smallest, so that's 8, take away 2, which is 6. By the way, you must write this calculation down, because it's a 2-mark question for that, and they expect you to put that down. You won't get 2 marks unless you do. The median's the middle one when they're in order, so put them in order like I've done here. Double check there's 8 of them, there's 8 there and there's 8 here. The middle 2 in this case are 3 and 4, so you need to choose what's in between 3 and 4, and 3.5 is in between 3 and 4, so that's the median average. Question 8, train leaves a station at 11:30 and it takes, train leaves station A station at 11:30, train B leaves the station 3 hours later. What time does train B leave? Well, if that left at 11:30, add on 3 hours, it's 2:30. Notice that's AM, that's in the morning, so I put PM in the afternoon. You could have also put 14:30 to change it to the 24-hour clock if they would accept that, but I'd keep it as AM and PM because it's there. The next one is working out some times on a timetable. Zoom in a little bit for you. Graham catches a train to Glasgow at 2 o'clock. It takes 2.5 hours. So there's my 2 o'clock. Sorry, it takes 5.5 hours. Add on my 5.5 hours, I make it 7:30. He waits for 45 minutes, so that takes you up to 8:15. And then he said the train to Aberdeen takes 1 hour and 20, so I've added 1 hour and 20 minutes on. That comes to 21:35 or 9:35 p.m. Next question, question 9. Functional question this, you can tell that because it's got a star next to the question, so it expects the workings to be laid out very, very neatly and clearly. We've got to draw a bar chart. I've filled in the totals because I thought that was logical, and then I've just drawn the bar chart, and I hope you can all draw a bar chart. It goes up to 10 on the totals, so that's why I've gone up to 10 here. I've left gaps between the bars because that's what they expect, and I've labelled my axis. That is frequency, or total if you like, and that's colour. So all those things must be there. Next question, question 10, filling in a two-way table. Some of these you know how to fill in. So if two people use a bike, and two boys use a bike, and two people use a bike in total, that means no girls use it, and you can fill these in by a process of elimination. That your final table should look like that. Write down the probability that students travel to school by bus. The total number of bus people are 23 out of 60, and you cannot simplify that, so leave it as that. Next one, question 11, bit of pie chart work. I thought quite nasty this one, but let's have a look. Some boys and girls were asked to name their favourite sport. Here we are. 6 girls named rugby their favourite sport. So there we are. I put 6 in there. So I've done 72 degrees divided by 6. So it's 12 degrees per person on the girls. The same number of boys as girls named golf their favourite sport. So how many girls like golf? If it's 12 degrees, that means 2 girls, like golf. And it also tells us that'll also tell us that 2 boys like golf as well. So we look back up here. So if 2 boys like golf and it's 16 degrees, it is 8 degrees per person for the boys. So boys equals 8 degrees per person. How many boys played football? Well, it's 192 divided by 8. And there's the sum, and the answer is 24. Question 12. As a conversion graph, he wants to put in 15 gallons of petrol in his car. This doesn't go up to 15. So what I've done, I've drawn a line up from 5 gallons and come across. So I've said 5 gallons equals 23 litres. So to get 5 to 15, I've times it by 3. So you do the other side, so it's 69 litres in total. And it tells us here that petrol costs 120.9 pence per litre. I've converted 120.9 pence into pounds here, because I want to give the answer in pounds. So 69 litres times that equals £83.42. Depending how you've drawn your line up here, the examiner will accept anything between 80 and 86, but you must show all your workings as you go along, make it really clear. Question 13, plot these 2 extra points. You can see that because I've done it one there and one there, fairly simple. So for height, go along to 175, then go up to 70. What type of correlation is it? Well, it's going up, so it's a positive correlation. And estimate the arm length of an adult 165 centimetres tall. You need to draw yourself a line of best fit, like I've done there. Should look something like that. Now you must draw this line. Go up from 165, hit the line, and come across. And I make it 68 centimetres, his arm will be. You must draw this line. If you don't draw this line here, you will not get any marks for it. And there's my answer. Question 14, they want to find out how much time students spend on their computers, and they're going to use a questionnaire, so design one. Quite simply ask, how much time do you spend on your computer per week? Per week is the important bit. You must give a time scale. You could say per week or per month. I think per day is too short. And give some response boxes. So I've done 0 to 1 hours, more than 1, that's why it's 1 plus, to 2 hours, more than 2 to 3 hours, or 3 hours or more. 2 marks. Question 15. The probability that a biased dice will land on the number 3 is 0.4. So if you roll it 200 times, you multiply that by 0.4, and you should, you can estimate you'd get it 80 times. Question 16. Buying a hat on holiday. Bit of currency conversion. I've done the East Caribbean dollar, so the East Caribbean dollar to the normal dollar so it's 65 the hat cost, so you divide it by 2.7 East Caribbean dollars to give you that many American dollars, 24.07. So to go from American dollars to British pounds, it says the conversion there is 1.45 dollars to the pound, so divide it by that again, and you should get 1660, which is the answer. The very last one, estimate the mean of group data. Put in your midpoints, that's what they've left a column there for. Then you need to do frequency times midpoint, so 23 times 1, 9 times 3, 8 times 5, 6 times 7, 4 by 9. It's your answers, add them up, 168. It tells you there's 50 people, or you can just add up the frequency, and 168 divided by 50 is 3.36. So the answer is 3.36 minutes. And you could have had a look at that at the start of the question and thought the average was probably about here somewhere. So around 3-ish sounds about right.